Hello, my dear students, Prep 1. This is the Tempest for Shakespeare. Part 1.
Prospero was the Duke of Milan and had a brother named Antonio. Prospero was a deeply loved duke, but unfortunately, he naively put his trust in his brother Antonio. Prospero allowed Antonio to manage the kingdom for many years. But Antonio wanted more and sought to kill Prospero to steal his kingdom and wealth. Antonio decided to not kill Prospero, but to exile him. He did this with the help of Prospero's arch-nemesis, Alonso, who was the king of Naples. Antonio took Prospero out to sea and then left him on a deserted island along with his daughter Miranda. However, there was hope for Prospero. On the larger vessel that Prospero and Miranda were forced off of, Prospero had a loyal ally named Gonzalo. While he could do nothing to save the Duke, he could help out. With that, he secretly placed in the boat some fresh water, food, clothes, and books. The island that they were cast off to was a magical island. For years, the island was under the spell of the now dead witch named Sycorax. She had imprisoned all the good spirits inside trunks of trees on the island. One of those spirits was Ariel. This was an interesting opportunity for Prospero, since he was a great magician. It turns out that when Antonio was managing the kingdom, Prospero was devoted to the study of magic. He set out on the quest of freeing the spirits and was successful. He kept the spirits obedient to his will, but treated them relatively fairly. The one spirit he treated badly was named Caliban. He was the son of the wicked old witch. Caliban was also a vicious, horrible monster. Many years later, a boat carrying Antonio, Alonso, with Sebastian, his brother, and Ferdinand, his son, were at sea together with old Gonzalo, and their ship came near Prospero's island. Prospero, knowing they were there, raised a great storm and caused even the best sailors to give themselves up for lost. The first among them was Prince Ferdinand, who leaped into the sea, followed by the rest of the crew. The spirit Ariel saved Ferdinand, and the rest were brought ashore by the strong waves. Hilariously, the ship was perfectly intact. It was anchored at the exact place where they had abandoned ship. Prospero shows his daughter all of this. He also tells her her life story and how they came to be marooned on this island. Then, Prospero knocks Miranda out with magic, as he has work to do with Ariel. Ariel wants to be set free from Prospero, but Prospero reminds him of the ghoulish fate he was saved from. Prospero says that if Ariel does what he's commanded, then he'll be set free. Ariel goes to carry out Prospero's commands and lures Ferdinand to Prospero with sweet music. Miranda and Ferdinand mutually fall in love. Prospero was delighted, but called Ferdinand a spy anyways. Prospero puts a charm on Ferdinand and makes him carry thousands of logs. Miranda falls deeper in love with Ferdinand and would have helped him carry the logs, but she was forbidden. Finally, Ferdinand is released from the spell. Even more, Prospero allows Ferdinand to marry Miranda. Meanwhile, Antonio and Sebastian, in another part of the island, were plotting the murder of Alonso, the king of Naples. Since they thought Ferdinand was dead, Sebastian would succeed to the throne on Alonso's death. And they would have carried out the murder, but Ariel woke Alonso in time. Ariel plays many tricks on the group, even tricking their eyes into seeing a banquet. Just before they can eat, Ariel snatches it away. Ariel criticizes them for their sins, and then vanishes himself. Then Prospero summons them to his side of the island. When they arrive, they are all trembling and afraid. They're deeply sorry for their sins that they've committed. Then Prospero breaks his staff and throws his magical book into the ocean. He goes on to tell the three about the extremely difficult life he and Miranda have had on that island. Alonso, the King of Naples, was the most distraught and sorry of them all. He was so sorry because he believed that he had lost his dear son, Ferdinand. But Prospero pulled back a curtain that revealed Miranda and Ferdinand happily playing chess. Alonso was overwhelmed and cried out, "Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy." But to everyone's surprise, everything ended happily. The ship was safe in the harbor, and the next day they all set sail for Naples, where Ferdinand and Miranda were to be married. Ariel gave them calm seas and good winds. The wedding itself was joyous and lovely. Then Prospero, after many years of absence, went back to being Duke of Milan. He was welcomed with happiness by his faithful subjects. When he went back to Milan, he stopped practicing magic and lived a very happy life. One big reason for his happiness was that even when his worst enemies had tried to kill him, he didn't take vengeance. Instead, he forgave them. As for Ariel, Prospero set him free so that he could wander the earth and sing. The end.
Main points: Prospero, the true Duke of Milan, and his daughter Miranda lived in a cave on an island. Prospero could use the power of art of magic to set free many good spirits in the bodies of large trees. Ariel was the chief of the spirits obedient to Prospero. The spirits were obedient to Prospero because he had freed them from long imprisonment in the bodies of the trees. Prospero ordered Ariel to raise a storm to force the ship to cast on the shore and to be in his power, because his wicked brother and King of Naples were on board that ship. Old Gonzalo, a good man, helped Prospero. He saved their lives. He supplied them with water, food, clothes, and some magic books. Antonio didn't kill Prospero and his daughter because the people loved them. Antonio carried them on board of the ship some miles out at sea. There he forced them into a small boat without food, water, and left them to die. Ferdinand told Miranda that he will be the King of Naples and she should be his queen. King of Naples and Antonio felt sorrow for the injustice they had done to Prospero. Prospero kissed his brother and forgave him. Prospero succeeded to bring his brother and King of Naples to repentance. He got his dukedom back, and his daughter married Ferdinand, King Naples' son. Prospero set Ariel free before he left the island. Prospero parried his magical books and stick before he left the island. Thank you for listening. See you in the next part with the most important questions. With my best wishes, Ms. Dina Salah.